3 games, only one team gets to advance to the semifinal for their chance to play for their share of $60,000. Now is the moment. The circle will be middle. Who will end up standing in the middle of that circle at the end of it all? We'll find out as we go to game number 1 with our casters, Matchroom and Sips.
Ooh, he held, didn't he? He held. I appreciate it, Steve. It feels like, you know, building it up to something huge, but you didn't get the THE word in, so we'll go with it for now. Matchroom, I'm sure you're very pleased to be seeing this group of teams playing together.
I mean, there's some familiar faces for me, to say the least. 3 different North American teams, and I'm going to go ahead and say it right now, Rich. If we do not see Tiggleton trying to drive by somebody in this game mode, we have lost a phenomenal opportunity. I just want to see Soniqs just do Soniqs things, you know, just like we saw that happen in week 1, where they were just kind of like having fun, doing the drive-bys, rolling through, and that was whenever it was the serious part. Sonic, this is like a game mode built for Sonic's playstyle, in my opinion.
Halo pausing for a second, letting Zenith make the first mistake. Zenith on the back foot now. No points will be sent the way of GEX, and that just comes off the back of the blue doing the damage and then taking the kill for Dom. First contact made down low. Pentalol. Big nade from Poonage, though. Puts him on his backside, and now problems begin to unfold for STK. Fighting off more than you can chew. This is where it becomes very problematic. A nade like that. The answer back from Purdy gets the job done. Shimboy down, and now he can advance forward. A nice lean to the left-hand side does some damage and pauses Poonage for all but a moment. It now forces him to heal because the blue is here. That amount of time just pausing up against the tree means that he is forced to run up against the blue, forced to remove out of his safety net. The smokes will have to be expended, and there you go. That one simple shot to just stay his feet for all but a second allows Halo to force him out into the open and force the kill.
Soniqs not choosing too hard to grass onto this, instead content to hang out, just let the third parties assisting inside of it. Kickstart's going to make a little bit of a break back over towards the southern position, but it's going to be a couple of shots coming out from both sides. Kickstart gets it down onto CC, as you can see also going to be a couple of Soniqs tossing in their assistance onto it, but Luke 12 goes ahead and finishes off the Zenith. First one out inside of this. So we've got pretty much a east, west, and southern team lineup all right along the edges for position. Circle's going to start condensing down just... Oh, actually, it's coming in right now, I believe. Yes. Slow and steady. So that means that everybody's going to start creeping in together. Now the question comes into play is how much cover can you make out of near on nothing? Jumping back and forth. Leo loses a lot. Pops off his helmet as well, as you can see by the magnificent hair. Still goes for the peeks around with 1 life. Ends up regretting it. But does make a little bit of a distraction for his teammate. Not a lot of options for Gex, and they're just going to go ahead and get it torn apart by both sides of this. Now, shoot to kill, lining up against Soniqs. Pretty close range. In throwable distance at this point. You're going to start seeing a lot of those come out from both sides. Halo narrowly gets off some meds right before the zone pops is right in behind it. Now it's just going to be throwing back and forth. You can see near on no vision for either one of these teams. And it's just a matter if you can line up something, and Shrimsy does manage to connect with one. Luke keeps peeking out from the smokes on the other side of this, but he's one of the few members from Shoot to Kill that's easily revealed. Soniqs opts into playing along this, says, okay, we can't see anything due to the smokes. Instead, let's use them to our advantages. Molotov's coming up from Shoot to Kill side of it, but it's not going to connect with it enough. You can see Soniqs are just spraying into where they think somebody's going to be at. Finally, Pentalol steps forward. Quick shots coming out from everybody, and that was a quick set of plays coming out from Shoot to Kill to just tear down Soniqs. Yep, it looks like they lead right into this. Everybody just rolling through. Shrimsy's got to hold this one. H1 up above him. You can see the throwables aren't coming through, but Shrimsy's already down. H1 does get a knockback on the other side of it, so it's 2-2 on both sides of it. But never mind. That's going to be a quick wipe out onto Shoot to Kill. They had their lead coming into this round, but Soniqs quickly slammed the door shut onto that one. Now Soniqs having the opportunity for it at range. Zenith and Gex taking a couple of shots at each other. As you can see, Kickstart does have an angle to work with. Nice little bit of taking advantage going back over there. Also taking out the tires.
I am surprised they went for the main compound. Like, you're going to know someone's in there, so I'm very surprised they fully committed to it. You had the plateau that you could have maybe approached. Oh, that's a belter of a shot, Kickstart. All right. Okay, CC takes a headache. Nothing else you can really do about that one. And maybe they push on the knock because that position in front of them would be prime territory. Split your team here. get around them, box them in, don't give GEX any stability whatsoever. Unfortunately, there has been damage done. Shimboy down, confirmed dead. Roth at a different angle altogether. Tiggleton sees that job done. Roth is confirmed dead. Poonage will answer back at least with a nade to put a point on the board, but now all of a sudden Poonage finds himself between a tree and a hard place. The blue is on his back, and there's no one else really for them to go at. They tried to make the pincer, and ultimately, it's literally the opposite end of where they wanted to be. Now they're the ones stuck up against the blue.
Looks like it's just trying to be Sind at time, but nothing's really working out for him. Kickstart's gonna go down. Poonage got near on no light. The zone's coming in back behind him. Severely outnumbered. Very minimal vision with all the smokes coming through. Soniqs hears all of this and realizes that they want to get involved, finally leaving their compound. It's going to be Poonage that steps out, tries to go for a play, not going to be able to get anything out of it. So with the commitment back over here, Gex is caught up along the southeastern wall. Now Soniqs has an opportunity to contain them in. Over towards the north, it's going to be Shrimsy and Mime that kind of got lined up onto it. Tickleton playing back over towards the south, and H1 leaning in. Firm control over the centralized position, and now all pressure shifts back over onto Gex. They're going to have to be the ones that figure out a way through this, or maybe prod the bear, find some type of weak point. It looks like they might opt into doing that. I think that they're retreating back over towards their vehicles. Yep, going to hop into it. Maybe just try to send somebody around on top of this. And yeah, Leo's going to go try to get a position out around this. See, maybe he can try to get a flank. But is Shrimsy already going to have a read for it? Spray is going to go through out into the blue zone. That's one mission failed. And now Gex firmly contained in as that information is going to get fed back over. Two members up, one looking towards the north, one looking back over towards the west. Very minimal options. It's just fight your way through this, but there's just nothing Jan Lee can do. Every single time he peeks over, it's just a face full of lead. Tickleton's coming back over on the other angle for it. No real way to play their way out of this one. It's just clinging to life along the tree sides.
Yeah, Tiggleton can wrap on this one, nade up as well. It might not be as far as he wanted unless he was trying to hit the tree. If not, it just gives him something to work uphill with, especially with the blue on his back also. Molly's been cycled, will try and hit the tree to force him out into the open. Shrimsy finds the first, and now it's all four players collapse. And that should be job done thus far in this game. Soniqs have had a tremendous run, and that takes them to the top of the leaderboard by doing so. Fantastic win.
Look like they're trying to get their two members together, and boy, that is a Soniqs circle. It's all a matter of how they want to play it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them make a little bit more of a regroup, not wanting to send all their members separated out. Poonage, though, on the run, and you can see it is just a run-and-gun drive-by battle back and forth. Poonage trying to go for the spray back over towards him, gets a pretty decent amount of damage, but it's going to be Roth that goes down. Leo hops out of the vehicle and says, screw that. Instead, let's just go ahead and go for kills the old-fashioned way. Meanwhile, Zenith still just trying to roll back by and get the shots onto this one. CC coming back down the hillside. We're also going to have a couple of reinforcements coming through as CC does get dropped off of it. Shipboy's just going to go ahead and roll him over for the style to get the play back over towards it. Leo peeking back and forth around this, and the shots are going to come through. Gets the airtime, and that's going to be another one of the members down for Zenith. And that's going to be getting eliminated as Gex walks in. We said the fact that they have the opportunity. If they can rack up the kills, well, already got 4. Doors are starting to come open.
Wait, STK forcing this? Okay, I suppose.
This is the way they like to play, but I think that there's a read on that breach. It looks like they're trying to go for something.
Oh, that hit!
Is that H went off to the side? Nice grenade toss coming through. Does a ton of damage. Alo's already down and out. Luke's taking a ton of damage as well, having to step away from it. You can see clinging to the smokes around the outside. Penta kind of being the guy looking back through the window, but I gotta say, Soniqs are just being so tricksy. They have read upon read. This is like a chess match, and it feels like Soniqs already know how shoot to kill is going to move every single time. Here's my thing, though. This is right along the edge of the zone. We're about to have to be forced to go back over towards center. And Gex is just kind of repositioned around this, waiting for whoever wins. These two teams might mutually assure destruction each other, and then Gex just be able to capitalize off of it. Something needs to happen, and if it's just going to be the circle that forces a play, that's going to be terrible for both of these teams. Soniqs now starting to get a little bit more of a rat infestation as Soniqs, shoot to kill slowly creeping inside of your H1, trying to reposition around it. You can see Gex still taking a couple of long-range shots into it, but H1 might be able to get a little bit of a sneaky play out and around this. But I think that Luke 12 has just got too much of a beat. He's committing too much resources back over towards it, spots it out. There we go. Same time, we also do see one of the members for shoot to kill go down. So Soniqs still having the numbers advantage for it, jumping back down, seeing maybe they can peek through the doorways. Do not spot this one out. Instead, it's just going to be more and more throwables. That's a lot of utility that's being burned at this stage. Luke 12 has the vision back over towards it, has an idea for it, but it's not going to matter. Soniqs end up taking this one. Now they have to move forward and advance against Gex, who has just been patiently waiting with bated breath to take every single shot and everything lined up in their favor. Soniqs have no options, nowhere to go. They're just going to have to take it over, feed it to the blue zone, and that's going to be a nice shift in position for Gex to move up into second, but it's going to be Soniqs that are going to be the qualifying team from this round.
Respect my mind, no die from last child. I pray my dick get big as the Apple time, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud nine, and this line is never on vacation. Start up that mind.